Jody Sub-Zero here, and welcome to another one of my countdown videos. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, or if you feel it's deserving of being shared among your friends, go ahead and do so. Today, I want to talk about being unemployed, because that's exactly what I'm going through right now. So I started thinking of all the positives that come with being jobless, and I only came up with one thing: you get to play a lot of games. And today's list is dedicated to those who are in my exact shoes, but don't know what games to play. Here are 5 games to play during your unemployment. In need of a career change? Then maybe look into becoming a singing idol. A very rewarding line of work. Hot chicks, beautiful men, and the pay isn't too bad either. There is a catch. You'll have to move to Japan, then occasionally head into some portals called idol spheres to fight demon-like creatures named mirages. Sounds scary? Good news is you have a Fire Emblem-based mirage at your side, kicking tons of ass. Oh, again, lots of hot chicks at your side. Or men if you're into that sort of thing. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is the best game to make you forget any previous shithole you suffered 40 hours a week through. It's a turn-based RPG on the Nintendo Wii U, combining 2 very popular series, with a rather odd end result. Putting the performing arts front and center, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a unique take on the RPG genre. Battles take place on a stage where you'll fight enemies by singing, dancing, performing collaborations such as duets, throw Megaton concerts, and even show off their award-winning acting skills. The whole performing arts theme isn't restricted to combat. Many aspects of the game are related to the entertainment industry, such as side quests. Most involve the cast improving their craft. From being involved in acting lessons for TV commercials, even movie roles, all the way to prepping for massive concerts. Considering the slice of life aspect, some call it Persona Light. Others criticize its lighthearted take on the story. What can't be said about this game is it lacks depth. The layers of customization that unfolds as you progress through the lengthy, and I mean lengthy, dungeons is addicting. I couldn't stop learning new skills for everyone in my group. Combat requires you to think through them, especially in boss fights, or get used to that game over screen. If you haven't checked this one out, I'm sure you can find it online for a fair price. One adjustment those who lost a job have to make is figure out how to spend their time. Even if you decide to take some time off like me before seeking employment, finding the perfect game to dedicate this newfound time can be rather tricky. I got a game for you, Xenogears. And this game is long. Xenogears is the ultimate time sink. What other game lets you perform martial arts in and out of mechs? Aside from that godlike feature, believe it or not, it's difficult to talk about Xenogears in a way that can make believers out of those who never experienced it. It's not as simple as slapping RPG with a cool battle system on it, all due to how detailed the story is illustrated. Okay, I actually meant to say how well developed the backstory is. Sadly, if you want to learn about this backstory in depth, hunt down the English Xenogears Perfect Works PDF file. Experiencing the game doesn't require you to read the Perfect Works, but it will bring more appreciation to what's in-game. I notice a lot of players state Xenogears likes to flip upside down religious beliefs, or how it plays with Christianity in general. I'll leave that judgment up to the player, but I will say there is a lot to discuss after completing the game, especially after reading the Perfect Works. Gameplay-wise, a lot of hardcore RPG stuff from the PlayStation era is present. Beautiful towns, long dungeons, awesome boss battles, a unique combat system with combos you can input in and out of mechs. Oh, and let's not forget about the mechs. called gears. Gears have their own mechanic in combats. Everything takes fuel to execute, and refueling is essential. In fact, the gears are powerful, but upgrading and tuning parts is required if you want to keep it that way. I love the graphics here. 2D sprites on top of 3D rendered environments. On a side note, I remember playing the demo of Xenogears bundled with Parasite Eve and being blown away by how party members follow the lead around while traversing. Okay, I could talk about Xenogears for days. So the last thing I want to mention, something that really blew my socks off. This was the first time I've ever seen the protagonist in an RPG smash. What the fuck? Someone at Square has the juice, and it ain't Cloud. If you're looking for a game that will require a crap ton of trial and error, aka lots of time to memorize shit, then Contra Shattered Soldier is the perfect title for you. Meet Bill Riser, the man responsible for going overboard saving the planet. How do you go overboard saving the planet? Easy. You destroy more than half the planet protecting it. Jeez. In Shattered Soldier, you'll be running and gunning through alien filth, take down ginormous mechs such as Mr. Heli Robot. What an awesome fucking name. Look at this. And most importantly, use a hot android chick to shoot down anything in your way. I bought this game on Christmas of 2002, and I was not prepared to get raped from multiple angles at every stage. No joke. Memorization comes before reaction here. Prepare to die a lot during your first few runs. Shattered Soldier tosses out weapon pickups, which were found in previous entries of the Contra series. Instead, you have 3 pre-assigned weapons to cycle through at any point, each equipped with a useful alternate fire. Standard enemies, mid-bosses, or bosses closing out a stage are weak to different weapons. It's just a matter of figuring out which one of the 6 firing methods take them out with ease, which makes this the perfect game to play when you're unemployed. The time required to learn boss patterns and weaknesses will make anyone with a job quickly jump to GameFAQs or Google crying, dripping blood right out of their chapped asshole. Without a job, you'll have all the time in the world learning stuff on your own, making conquering that 100% completion run all more satisfying. Anyone unlock that Contra vs. Rocket Knight adventure ending? Now that I'm not working, maybe I should boot up that PS2. One thing I love to do is walk around the neighborhood for no apparent reason. Only when I don't work the next day. It's amplified when I'm not working at all. Like when I'm unemployed. Considering I don't want to walk around and see the ugliness of my hood ass area every day, I find the best way to scratch that itch of walking around aimlessly is playing some Shenmue. Talk about an impressive game world. It's funny that video games being released in the year 2017 still fail to rival Shenmue's level of detail. I'll never forget how my father came home one day with this gem after seeing me carry around the November 2000 Dreamcast magazine. I really couldn't believe what the reviewer wrote about Shenmue. There's no way that I can enter a store and interact with everything. That you can hold figurines, canned goods, or even play a Sega Saturn in the Hazuki residence. I needed to play the game for myself to believe it. The future of gaming arrived after playing it alright. Everything within those pages were true. After the unfortunate killing of Ryo's father, he seeks out the murderer by doing some investigative work, which translates to roaming a completely open world, waking up early in the morning and talking to locals, following any tips given by strangers, entering shots for clues, and eventually working the docks and enter some forklift racing. I'm serious. Did I mention there's a day and night cycle? Man, walking around that night is so soothing. The beauty is unbelievable even till this day. I remember fondly staying at the arcades for days just to mess around with the cabinets there. Space Harrier was my jam. When I finally got a copy to play inside the Hazuki residence, I found myself playing the game within a game even more than the actual game. When I got around to finding my father's murderer, I realized the streets were not safe. Rarely, but surely, goons asking for some money wasn't pretty. Well, for them anyway. Punching their eyeball sockets in and kicking small testicles they had felt great. Which led me to further advance my fighting technique. This was one of the few games that stuck with me after nearly 20 years. Today, open world games are mostly the same. Empty, barren spaces, or even worse, the illusion of a dense world. Lots of buildings and pedestrians with barely any internal space created for the players to explore. Shenmue is one of the greatest games ever made. Thank you, Yu Suzuki and Sega, for making it.
Interesting. I gotta pop this in my Sega Saturn later.
Another game that may end up changing your career path now that you're unemployed is Overcooked. Fans of Food Wars or the Cooking Channel need to play this Cooking Mama killer. The world has arrived at death's doorstep. The beast has devoured nearly the entire planet. Luckily, you have fed the beast with your mouth-watering cuisines, stalling just enough to travel back in time and prep for his arrival once more. So with enough years to build up your cooking technique, our chefs hit street fairs, food trucks, and space. Eventually facing the ultimate Yelp critic, the one capable of eating humanity, the Beast. By the way, I'm not exaggerating one bit. This is the goal of Overcooked. Best feature here is the awesome couch co-op. Splitting the kitchen and coordinating strategies is the key to success. I was taken by surprise at the food variety. Hamburgers, a multitude of stews, fish, pizza, you name it. Prepping the food by chopping ingredients may not sound difficult, but as you march closer to the beast's arrival, the orders pile up without mercy. These customers are hungry and must be fed. If you're playing with a friend, or like me, my wife, prepare for a few real-life arguments due to someone not moving fast enough, or even worse, burning the kitchen down. Anyone with OCD will go bananas attempting to clear every stage with a 3-star rating. And yeah, I'm talking about myself. And sadly, my wife almost divorced me in the process. So there you have it, guys. My top 5 games to play while unemployed. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys were ever in the position of being unemployed, and if so, what games did you go to during that period of time? See you later, guys. Peace!